Hi everyone, welcome back to The Right Slant. Today we're talking about what happens when your firearm has been confiscated in Missouri, and very importantly, how you may be able to get it back. In this video we'll cover 1. How your gun might have been seized in Missouri. 2. The key Missouri statutes you need to know. 3. The step-by-step process you must follow to request return of your firearm. And 4. What might block your recovery. So if your firearm is being held by law enforcement in Missouri, or you want to avoid that situation, stay tuned. First, how can your gun end up confiscated or in official custody in Missouri? Some possibilities include your firearm was seized after you were arrested and it's being held as evidence. Your gun was ordered confiscated by a court following a felony conviction where a firearm was used. Your weapon was taken by law enforcement for safekeeping due to concerns of mental health or imminent risk of harm. Your gun was seized under a forfeiture or property seizure statute. In Missouri, each of these has different rules for how and when the gun can be returned. Next, let's look at some of the laws in Missouri that govern return of firearms. One is Missouri Revised Statutes Section 571.095. It says when a person is convicted of a felony involving a firearm, the court may order the confiscation and disposal or sale of firearms/ammunition used in the crime or found in their possession. Importantly, if the firearm does not belong to the convicted felon and the rightful owner is known and did not participate in the crime, that firearm must be returned. Another is Missouri Revised Statutes Section 542.301. This statute deals with seized property that is unclaimed. It says property not forfeited and not claimed may be delivered back to the person entitled to it by court order, but also if no claim is filed within 1 year, it may be deemed abandoned and forfeited. Also, agency-level rules require that when returning a firearm, the requester must show photo ID, show proof of ownership, and pass a criminal history records check. So the key takeaway, even if your gun was seized, Missouri law may require its return under certain conditions, but you must meet the legal requirements. Here is a practical step-by-step guide for reclaiming a firearm in Missouri. Step 1. Identify who has your firearm. Reach out to the law enforcement agency which holds the property/evidence. Ask for the Property and Evidence, or Evidence Custody Unit. Step 2. Determine the legal basis of the seizure. Was it for safekeeping? Evidence? Seized under forfeiture? Was there a felony conviction? If it was held as evidence, you may need a release from the prosecutor. Step 3. Gather documentation. You'll need photo ID, proof of ownership, case number for the seizure, contact info for the agency. Step 4. Meet eligibility requirements. The law enforcement agency will check your criminal history. For example, in St. Charles County, you cannot reclaim the weapon if you are a convicted felon, have outstanding warrants, have a misdemeanor domestic violence conviction, or are subject to a protection order. Step 5. File the request for return. Submit the property/evidence release form of the agency. Schedule your appointment or form submission. Follow up with the investigating officer or prosecutor if needed. Step 6. Legal action if agency refuses. If the agency refuses to return your firearm and you believe you meet the statutory criteria, you can consider a civil action such as a replevin suit or petition the court. Please take a moment now. If you found this helpful, like this video, subscribe to The Right Slant, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future content on gun rights and legal procedures. Now, let's cover circumstances where you may not be able to get it back. If you are legally prohibited from possessing a firearm under Missouri state law. If the firearm was ordered disposed, sold, or traded by the court under Section 571.095 because it was used in the crime and belonged to the convicted defendant. If property was unclaimed for the required time and ordered forfeited under Section 542.301. If the property is still needed as evidence in an active criminal investigation or prosecution. If you cannot establish proof of ownership or the agency determines you are not eligible under their release policy. Here are some practical tips and things to watch out for. Keep detailed records of your firearms, serial numbers, purchase receipts, bills of sale. This will help you prove ownership. Stay in communication with the agency. Property/evidence units are busy. Ask for estimated timelines. In Missouri, some agencies indicate it might take days or weeks after case closure. Be persistent but polite. Submit your request, follow up regularly, and ask for a status update. Consult an attorney if the agency refuses return, especially if you are not the defendant in the criminal case. You may have strong legal rights under Section 571.095 and other statutes. Understand that even though the statute says return must happen in certain cases, enforcement may still require court action or legal pressure. For example, commentary notes agencies often delay or require extra requirements. If the gun is being held due to safekeeping for mental health reasons, you will need to show that you no longer pose a threat and meet the agency's criteria. To wrap up, if your firearm was seized in Missouri, you still might have a legal path to get it back, particularly if you did not commit the crime, you are not convicted, you're eligible under state law, and you can prove you are the rightful owner. Key statutes to know: Section 571.095 and Section 542.301. The process: identify agency, gather documentation, request release, meet eligibility requirements, and if necessary, take legal action. And the pitfalls: being legally disqualified, agency delays, lack of proof of ownership, or the gun being forfeited or sold. Again, if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss new content from The Right Slant. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have specific questions about your situation in Missouri? Leave a comment below, and we'll try to help you navigate the process. See you next time.